Before I begin tonight's story, I want you to do something for me. Look around the room you're sitting in. Check the corners. Check the shadows. Good. Now close the door. What I am about to tell you is a true account submitted by a listener named Daniel, a 28-year-old from rural Ohio. He sent this to me 3 months ago. He has not responded to any of my emails since. This is his story. Daniel had just moved into a rented farmhouse on the outskirts of Millbrook, a small town so quiet, he said, that you could hear your own heartbeat at night. He had moved there to be alone. After a rough breakup and losing his job, isolation sounded like a cure. The house was cheap, suspiciously cheap. The landlord, an older man named Gerald, told him one thing before handing over the keys. Just one thing. He said, "If something knocks after midnight, do not answer it." Daniel laughed. He thought Gerald was eccentric, maybe just a little odd. You know the type. Old man, old house, old superstitions. He moved in on a Friday. By Monday, he was not laughing anymore. The first knock came at exactly 3:17 in the morning. 3 slow, deliberate knocks. Daniel sat up in bed, heart pounding. He told himself it was the wind, a branch against the door, an animal, maybe. He lay back down. Then it knocked again. Same rhythm, same pace. He grabbed his phone. 3:17 a.m. glowing in the dark. He did not move. He did not breathe. And then, silence. The next morning, Daniel checked every inch of the property. No footprints in the mud outside. No broken branches. No animals. Nothing. He called Gerald. Gerald picked up on the first ring, like he was waiting. Daniel told him what happened. There was a long pause on the other end of the line. Then Gerald said, very quietly, "You did not open the door, did you?" Daniel said no. Gerald let out a slow breath and said, "Keep it that way," and hung up. That should have been enough for Daniel to pack his bags, but he was stubborn and maybe a little too curious for his own good. The knocking came again the next night, and the night after that. Always 3 a.m. Always 3 knocks. On the 5th night, Daniel set up his phone camera, pointed at the front door. Motion detection on, recording all night. He watched the footage the next morning with shaking hands. At exactly 3:17 in the morning, the motion light flickered on. The camera captured the porch. There was nothing there. No person, no animal, no shadow. But the door knocked. You could see the door physically moving with each knock. Something was hitting it hard from the outside, but nothing was there. Daniel sent me that video. I watched watched it 4 times. I still cannot explain what I saw or what I did not see. On the 8th night, something changed. The knocking did not stop at 3 knocks. It kept going. Knock after knock after knock. Faster and faster. Like something desperate. Something frantic. And then Daniel heard a voice. It said his name. Daniel. He told me the voice sounded like his mother. His mother who had passed away 2 years before. He sat in bed, tears running down his face, hand on the door handle. He almost opened it. He almost did. But something stopped him. He said it felt like a hand on his shoulder. Cold, firm, holding him back. He looked behind him. No one was there. The knocking stopped. The voice faded. And Daniel stood there in the dark, shaking until sunrise. He left the next morning, left everything inside, did not pack a single bag, just got in his car and drove. Before he left town, he stopped at Gerald's house. Gerald opened the door before Daniel even knocked, which, he said, felt deeply wrong given everything that had happened. Daniel asked him, "What is it? What is out there?" Gerald looked at him for a long moment. Then he said, "It is not what is out there that you need to worry about. It is what comes in, if you let it." Daniel never went back to Millbrook. Gerald's phone number now goes straight to voicemail. The farmhouse, according to local records, has been listed as vacant for the last 11 years, before Daniel ever rented it. I do not know what to make of that. Maybe you do. If you have experienced something you cannot explain, a knock, a voice, a shadow, send it to me. My email is in the description. I read every single one. And tonight, when it is 3 a.m. and the house is quiet, if something knocks, do not answer it. Sleep well.